Hello everyone, my name is NoMiS and welcome to Game Dev Tycoon. This is a game that I've had for a while in my Steam library, and I thought I'd give you guys a quick look at it, see if what you guys think. We might end up doing a few episodes of this, not sure yet, but we're going to give it a go here. So, essentially what it is you are well, here we go. In this business simulation, you have been transported back in time to start your very own game development company right at the beginning of the PC revolution. In the next 35 years, you can build your dream company, create best-selling games, gain fans, and become the leader of the market. So, we start off in our garage, and just with a basic setup, we gotta start developing our first game here. So, first things first, let's come up with a name. We'll go with NoMiS. Let's see, let's learn how to spell NoMiS Entertainment. And of course, just the old NoMiS Plays. We'll stick with the man, and we'll go random. Oh, that wasn't very random. It's pretty much the same. Okay. There we go. That's what we look like. So we are going to, since you have played the game before, you can choose to use all the previously gained hints. Okay, we're gonna go no. We're gonna go fresh. It's been a while since I played this, so if you ever want to review the tutorial messages, alright, yeah, tutorial, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to give you guys kind of a look at how everything is right from the first time you ever played the game. Congratulations, you've just started your very own game development company. At the moment, your office is in a garage, and you're the only employee. But don't worry, many successful businesses have started out this way. Let's start developing your first game. Alright, so first what we want to do here, yeah, achievement unlocked. Okay, let's go full screen here. So all we want to do is click on the computer, go new game. I might actually turn these subtitles off here, because I'll explain what we're doing as we go. Alright, let's just give me 1 sec here. Gameplay hints. Requests are shown. Where's the tutorial? Show only new tutorial. I'll go disable the tutorials. Alright, so we're gonna start a new game here. Let's pick a topic first. Werewolf and aliens. These are probably our best bet for a successful first game. Let's go with aliens. Genre will be an action game, and we're going to develop this. We're going to be an early adopter of the PC. It costs less than the G64 or the Commodore 64 equivalent, but they've got similar market shares. Commodore or the G64, it's got obviously a little bit bigger to start off with, but we're gonna stick with the developing for the PC. So let's come up with a name here. Our action aliens games. They came from outer space. A little bit of a rip-off of a movie, but let's go with that. They came from outer space. Our first development project. So we got to pick all the different features that it's going to have. So as far as graphics go, we're going to put a little bit of money into this. Invest a little bit into 2D graphics. We'll start development, and we'll just get going here. Development stage 1, the game from outer space, aliens action. So now we got to decide how much of each of these segments we want to focus our energies on. So for an alien action game for the PC, story quest is not going to be very important in our action game. The engine will be fairly important. The gameplay will be extremely important. We want it to be a fun game. So actually I'm going to crank story quest right down. Engine. Yeah. we'll focus most of our attention on gameplay and a little bit on, very little bit on story. So these little bubbles that are popping up are kind of our technology and design points that we're putting into the game. The higher each one of these are, obviously the better the game's going to be. So now we're at development stage 2 for our Alien game. So in an action game, dialogue, I don't think is going to be very important. Turn that down. Artificial intelligence, though, AI, that'll be pretty important, so let's crank that up. And level design will be fairly important too, I think. So let's try that out. So we're gaining these research points that we can eventually use to create our own game engine, stuff like that. We've got to keep an eye on the amount of bugs that are in our game at this moment. We don't want to release the game until we've fixed all the bugs, unless we're really on a crunch for getting some money. So development stage 3 here. Graphics are going to be very important in our action game, as will sound. We're going to crank both of those right up. World design, not important at all for us. So we got a couple of features to select here. Alright, so we're going with the 2D graphics. We're going to stick with basic sounds. We do want some sound in our game. So, this is the last stage of development. And there we go. There we go. 0 bugs. We can keep waiting, and he'll keep putting kind of polishing touches on it. But that's what our first game is going to be at. Design 13 and Technology 13. Not too bad for our first game. We can change the name of the game before we release it if we want. And here it's just giving us the experience that we've gained, the breakdown, and our personal experience here. So we're happy with this game. Let's release it to the public. Create a game with a good topic genre combination. Right on. Off to a good start here. First reviews of our game, They Came from Outer Space, have come in. Let's see how we've done here. If the critics are pretty happy, we'll take a 9 for our first time out. An 8. Gotta love the titles of these game publications. All games. It's beautiful, love it, great game, good game. So that's pretty good. That's about an average of 8. So let's here we go, some news. NoMiS Entertainment, a newcomer in the game industry, has just released their first game, They Came from Outer Space. The game received favorable reviews, which with such a good start, NoMiS Entertainment are sure to gain fans quickly. So up here in the top right, we've got our fan count, how many fans we've garnered through the release of our different games, how much cash we have on hand, and the year, month, week, essentially the time that's been passing by. These little squares here will go like 1, 2, 3 as we progress through the week. And then it'll go to week 4, and once we're past week 4, it'll go to month 4, and then once we're past month 12, we'll go to year 2. Pretty straightforward. So we'll wait for these, see how much sales we get here. That's pretty good. Made it at the charts at number 23. We'll take that. It's always good to place on the charts on your very first one. We gained 35 fans, which is awesome. Was so successful that we now have 35 fans. So the more fans we have, the more likely they are to buy future games that we make. So let's anything you want to do, you gotta click on the computer or your guy pretty much. So we can develop a new game. We can take a look at our game history. So these are all the games that we've released. Obviously it's just one right now, but once we've done more, we'll be able to scroll through them all. So it gives us our total units sold up to date, how much it cost, how much we've made. So we've already broken even, which is great. Go back to here. We can generate a game report, which will kind of give us a little bit more insight as to what we can do better the next time around. We can also research a new topic. So these RP, that's where our research points are going to come into play. So it's going to cost 50 RP to create our own game engine. We'll leave that for now. I'm going to start development on a new game right away. This time we're going to go werewolf. And probably stick with an action game for werewolf. Stick with PC. And we'll call this one Full Moon. Full Moon, the werewolf game. Stick with 2D graphics. Get going here. So we got good sales here. Sold over 10,000 units. Important milestone in the history of NoMiS Entertainment. Right on. So we are making gaining some fans here early on, making some money, almost crossing the $100,000 barrier. So that was a pretty good combination we had last time. We could tweak it a bit. Maybe let's put a little bit more into our engine. I think, yeah, we'll crank story quest right down. Story and quest will come into play more so for RPGs. If we decide to make one of those down the road. Kind of gotta go just with your own experience. Like when you play an action game, what are you expecting to see? So we're gonna crank dialogue right down again. Keep our artificial intelligence up. Let's try toning down the level design a bit. See if that makes much of a difference. All right, progress through this stage. And ideally we want to have better scores in our design technology than the previous game when we're making some progress. I think I'm going to leave these two cranked up. I think graphics and sound are pretty important for an action game to get really immersed in it. So we'll see if we can get above 13 and 13. Got quite a few more bugs in this game, so we might be able to get a few more points in here. Alright, Came from Outer Space is off the market. It sold over 20,000 units. Generated 144,000 in sales, so that's pretty good. Alright, doesn't look like we're making any more progress on this game, unfortunately. Let's just finish it up here and release it. And you can just click to speed this up. Alright, so we made some good progress, XP-wise. So we'll release the game, and now let's do a game report for this first game we did. See what we can learn, what we can change for next time. Here's our first reviews for Full Moon. It might not do as well because it is another action game. Released right after the first one, yeah. And our tweaking of the levels may have affected our scores here as well. But that rounds out to about a 6.5, 7. So we'll take that. Recent market studies suggest that the Govador G64 is steadily outselling the competitors in the PC sector. Consumers prefer the lower price, greater availability, and flexible hardware configuration over other home computers. But since we have the knowledge of foresight, or hindsight, I should say, we know that the G64 probably isn't going to be around for too much longer. Although the experts are saying that this might spell the end of competing hardware manufacturers. Well, we'll see. Alright, here comes our game report for the first Alien game, action game we sent out. Aliens and action, great combination. Level design seems to be quite important for this type of game. Okay, so probably would have been good to know that before we release the second game. So we did take out quite a bit of that level design. So let's we'll do one more game here. Let's see here. We could do an Aliens. Let's see, RPG. Adventure, maybe? I don't know. Let's try an adventure. Back on the PC. We'll call this one an adventure game, hey? The Quest for E.T. Very generic. 2D graphics again. Let's hammer this one out. Full Moon hasn't done nearly as well as our first game. So now we're doing an adventure game here. Engine, I don't think it's going to be as important in an adventure game. Gameplay will be important. Story and quests, we'll crank that up a bit. Let's turn down engine a bit. We'll try that. I like how he's got like a little, looks to be a DeLorean in his garage here. Artificial intelligence, not that important. Level design, dialogue will be very important in an adventure game. Level design, we'll keep that cranked up a little bit. We'll turn down AI. Let's try that. So a lot of these first games are going to be trial and error. We got kind of lucky there with the first game. Provided us with enough money to kind of bankroll our next couple of games here. World design, I don't know. I don't think graphics will be that important for an adventure. Sound, I don't really know about this. Maybe we'll turn world design up for an adventure game. Let's try that. I really don't know for this one. This is just a stab in the dark. According to the rumors, the Japanese company Ninvento is planning to launch its very own home gaming console. Ninvento is known for widely successful arcade game Dinky King. I'll let you guess who they're referring to there. Many industry experts doubt that home gaming consoles will take off, but we are eager to see what Ninvento will deliver. Oh, the silly people back then. Ye of little faith. Well, looks like we're having trouble breaking that 13 barrier. So we got a bonus for a new combo. Our gameplay has leveled up to level 2. Our character is about to level up. Let's release this game. Alright, Quest for E.T. The reviews have come in. Oh no. Fun at stages. So looks like we missed the mark on this one, guys. Ooh. Pretty bad. Yeah. Alright, so there'll be some stuff to learn from here. Meh. So nothing to write home about, I guess, here. Let's do a couple of game reports. We'll do one for Full Moon first. So Full Moon only sold 9,000 units. Hardly what our first game sold. Okay, so we got possibility of some contract work coming in here. I just finished the quest for ET, and I think you have potential. I'm in the contracting business, and we could use skills like yours. If you're ever short on cash, just let me know, and I will see if I can send you some work. From Jason. So we're doing okay for cash right now. We should be able to develop a few more games off this budget. But we'll keep that in mind. Contract work will give us research points, so research points and money, obviously. Werewolf in action, great combination. Story quests seem to be not very important, which is good. And platform genre match action PC is good, so that's right on. We'll get this last game report for our alien adventure game, which probably isn't that good of a combination, to be honest. We should probably research some more topics. Let's see what we got here. Alien adventure, okay combination. Engine seems to be not important, which we did turn down. But adventure PC is a great match, so probably just got to mess around with some of our settings there. Today, Ninvento has confirmed recent rumors and announced their plans to release a new home gaming console called TES. Wonder what that is. Early next year, the console features cartridge-based games and a uniquely designed controller. Right on. Might do some development for that new console in the future, but we're going to call it an episode here. I'll give you guys a brief introduction. I'll probably do at least one more episode to give you guys a bit more of an idea and kind of get on to the next stage of this game. But yeah, this is Game Dev Tycoon. I'll try and remember to put a link in the description for the Steam store where you can pick it up. I believe it is on sale right now while the winter sale is on. So head over there if you think this looks interesting. And until next time, I will talk to you all later.